Okay, we're in Covington, City of Covington, going to look at a project.
The other thing I wanted you to note as we're walking through here is just the amount of invasives that exist in this park. Obviously, we've talked about the sulfur cinquefoil. Open space, excuse me. We've talked about a lot of the other stuff that exists in this park, but there is just a ton of invasive plants that are popping up in this area. And so one of the things that we want to do as part of this process and to connect with the community that is here, the 3 HOAs that surround us, is to start doing restoration events with them to get folks involved. So we'll be starting those within the next year as we gear up for construction. At this time, construction is sort of slated, hopefully, to begin summer 2027, with the knowledge that, you know, we don't really know how permitting is going to go, especially with kind of how the climate is right now on a federal level. So we may end up pushing 2028 if needed, but I think that with the funding that we currently have and with the partners that we have, that should be fine. So yeah,
and we could continue on over here and
I did talk to our public works director too about the likelihood of being able to get in here, like our floor more, the hot kind of start doing roads here and there as we move forward, especially if they're going to be in there doing survey or design work. It might be worth listening some of the stuff that we know is
this stretch through, like there's like a north-south gradient,
showing some progress
here that just has.
It should make it easier to get in and get some of the invasive.
yeah, goodness, we could watch out for the hanging blackberries.
Yeah, well, you know, at the UW, I did some of that prairie restoration.
Yeah.
It's really challenging to do.
Jeanette
So much weed
had done a
pressure.
bunch of it as well. And she was previously from when she was at Midtown. She was wanting to.
I probably shouldn't all stand on the bench for all of us. Oh man, that's getting worse. So another big part of this project is replacing this bridge, and there's still a big question mark in the design, and it's just going to depend on what the stream survey comes back. But as you can see, it's a sketchy bridge, and it's getting worse. But our hope is, if we can get it through permitting, to just reuse the existing foundations of this bridge and just drop a prefab steel span over this. You know, that it's just going to depend on what our design engineer finds, and then how we can get through the permitting of that. But that seemed to make the most sense from our standpoint, is just to reuse existing so that we're not impacting the stream further. But that's just going to depend on how far away from you know, the stream we're going to need to be. We've been successful at that with some other footbridges in Covington, so we're hoping we can go that route. But this is a nightmare. It's slick in the wintertime, and as you can see, the structure is now pretty sketch, which it wasn't that way the last time I was out here, and I will be sending an email tomorrow to probably have the crew crawl under there and see what's going on. But this is, since this is here, we don't want to lose this. It does connect to the neighborhood up on top of the hill. This is a used route for them to get down here. They own the HOA up on top. They own the open space with all these big trees. They have a trail system that connects into this one, and we don't want to lose that connectivity. So that's an important, this is kind of an important piece. Since the bridge is here, we need to maintain that. We're also hoping through this process that we might be able to continue a trail on this side of the stream. We will need access for the restoration, so we're hoping to build into the plan, you know, a serviceable access to do the restoration work that would tie back in over by the storm pond, and then hopefully that would just stay to create kind of a loop trail. So this side would be hard surface, a boardwalk. This side would be soft surface, but in the summertime you would actually have a loop trail to walk. And then one of the coolest parts of this whole place, which is survived after all these years and doesn't suck, is this huge grove of maple trees. we're going to preserve that. There's a few invasives that we're going to remove out of that, but that's kind of one of the things talking about the different types of habitat. Instead of just mass planting with all the same stuff, this shows different types of habitat, and we want to preserve this maple grove and the understory that's in there and protect that. Yeah, you can't really see it now. There's a hole back here. That was the foundation for the old house. So in this vicinity, there was a culvert that was their driveway to get to their house, and they had a barn here. This is all fill. So there was a house and a barn, and they had a couple culverts to get farm equipment over this stream. Further down here in the blackberries, there's more hard armoring. They had a little duck pond that they had dug out, and we're pulling water off the stream for that. So we get rid of all that stuff. And then, yeah, that's it for this end of it. We can head back that way, side of the stream too, and look at that side. How much time we have?
It's 5:52.
5:52.
Some people are probably going to peel out.
If anyone's interested in seeing the other side, we can walk up there too. If anyone has to go, thank you for visiting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. This officially will adjourn the meeting. Our next meeting is in August. And again, like Ben and Eric volunteered, if you went to see the other side, feel free, it's gorgeous out. Also feel free to stop by a local business in Covington for dinner. Got to put in my, sales pitch. And thanks again everyone for coming out, and thanks to WRIA 9 for an amazing meeting. Thanks for
Thank you.
Yeah.